Hello, this is Steve Malone with Compass FX. Hope you're doing well today and you're getting some good trades. Over the last 3 days, we've seen the euro dollar be in a very tight range. We started the week out with about a 30 pip range. Tuesday, we went into about a 100 pip range. And now today, we've tightened down to about an 85 pip range. Over the last 5 days, we've seen the average daily range continue to drop ever so slightly. And we're getting tighter and tighter into a pennant. Well, which way will we get a break of the pennant? It may favor the bulls. Let's take a look at what I see in the euro dollar. If you can take a look, usually 3 days here of doing nothing, we're basically where the week started at. I rarely see this happen in the currency market, and when it does happen, I expect a pretty strong move on that third day. Now, we do have some economic news tonight on the Eurozone's PMI numbers for Germany, France, and the overall Eurozone. A better than expected PMI figures and some additional bond auction scenarios in the marketplace could see the euro dollar make that push up. Where to? Well, some are expecting a push back up to where we were about a week ago, and that would put us somewhere right at the 134. But if we go out a little bit further in time, some folks are looking for a push higher than that. And let me tell you why that is. If you take a look at the market right now, we are in a bullish pennant pattern. Okay? And a bullish pennant pattern is where you have what we call a flagpole. And what I mean by that is take a look at this trend line right here. This is the flagpole. Here's your pennant flag. This is a bullish pennant. And you look for the break to the upside. Now, the break to the upside would obviously go back up to the flagpole top, which again is right around that 134 level. But some are expecting to push even higher up to 134.85. Let me show you what I mean. You can see this upward movement we've had. 1, 2, now a third push up, little congestion, not getting any real correction here. So I'm thinking we see a push higher. Where to? Well, that would take us back to highs that we saw back in February 2012, right around that 34.85 level. Also, if you take a closer in inspection of this, you can see there's this large inverse head and shoulders pattern that I've previously talked about. And going up to 134.85 would give us pretty much getting back to the origination of the neckline. You can see here's the neckline that we had coming across this area. Market came down, tested the neckline, and we took a nice little bounce up. Not really seeing any correction, kind of holding itself right here. We could see another push up. Now just be aware that we've had 1, 2, 3 moves up, and we haven't gotten there yet. We could get that last piece of momentum up to possibly hit the 134, the 134.85 area. However, I do see that not only do we have the pennant scenario going on in the euro and price right now, we also have a pennant pattern happening in the TDI. You see this upward movement right here? Well, this upward movement, you see the higher lows in the market baseline, the yellow line? Well, we also have lower highs in the market baseline. This is coming to a pennant pattern. And notice that the highs in the Traders Dynamic Index green line, they're getting lower as well. So there is the possibility that we get this one more push up, possibly to 134, 134.85, and then we see a correction take place in the marketplace. So as you're looking to trade this, I would consider at this point a potential pop above the 33.50 level, where there currently are buy stops in the marketplace. Now those buy stops are going to get into some offers in the marketplace as it gets up here at around 33.80 to 34. However, if it get above the 134 level, there's some buy stops sitting in the ballpark of about 34.10. Those buy stops and the daily traders seeing this trend line right here in the distance, that could be enough to send this up to right about that 34.85 level, and that would put us pretty close to the midpoint between the weekly extension high number 1 and the weekly extension high number 2. I'm not sure if we're going to get all the way up to 135 in this move, but there's that possibility of that happening. So again, when you see the market fairly flat for 3 days, you see a pennant type pattern, and you see your average daily range tightening down, look for a pop. The pop will generally occur in the direction of which the pennant pattern was formed. So in this case again, the pennant pattern was formed off of this move up, go into a pennant, bullish pennant, a push to the upside. So that's what is on the cards for the euro dollar tonight, especially if the Eurozone economic news comes out better than expected. Look for the push up. If the market doesn't push up, but pushes up here, stop hunts the bulls and then falls back down, watch it come back down to the 10-day. If the 10-day gives, look for it to possibly fall back down at 3250 area. 3250 is very strong support right now. So we might see the market make a push down. Make note of this. We might see the market make a push down, trigger sell stops as the market pushes down. Stop hunt the sell stops before actually making the true move higher. Got to be aware of the market makers in the marketplace and how they have a tendency to manipulate the market a bit in their favor. Well, this is Dean Malone with CompositeX. Y'all make it a great day. Get some good trades. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.